and welcome again. You're watching the morning news show with me, Sakshi Singh Litoria, here on CNN News 18. And for the next 30 minutes, we'll be walking you through all the latest news and developments from the nation and across the globe. At the top of this bulletin, we have some breaking news coming in from down south. This is coming in from Karnataka. Now, after being miffed over missing a cabinet berth in the Congress government, senior Congress MLA Ashok Pattan took a jibe at party leadership for allegedly choosing ministers based on their caste by overlooking their seniority. At the same time, he further added that he had urged the party leadership to provide ministerial berth to leaders based on their seniority and not based on their caste and other criteria. The senior MLA also dropped hints at a cabinet reshuffle by claiming that he had been promised by Surjewala of a ministerial berth after 2.5 years. After this, Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has warned MLAs not to speak about the party in front of the press. So that's the reaction coming in from Karnataka. Take a look.
2 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಾರು ಸರ್ ಯಾರು ಏನು
ಸುರ್ಜೇವಾಲ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೀಡರ್ಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ಸರಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಭಾಳ ಸೀನಿಯರು, ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗಾಗಲೇ 2-3 ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಾಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ದೇವರಾಜ ಕಾಲದಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಜಾರ್ಜಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂತ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಆ ಜಾತಿ ಉಪಪಂಗಡದೊಳಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನೋ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೀಡರ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಜಾತಿ ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಸೀನಿಯಾರಿಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಹಾನೆಸ್ಟಿ, ಲಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ಅದು ನೋಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಯಾವ MLAನೂ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ನಂಬರು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಶೇರಿಂಗು, ಯಾರದೇ ಬೆಂಬಲ 136 ನಾನಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
We have CNN News 18's Ritu joining us on the phone line. Ritu, a very good morning to you. On one hand, when Congress is actually batting openly for the caste-based census nationwide, on the other hand, their own ministers and MLAs are not very happy with the ministerial berth being given on the basis of caste. What does that in fact shows about Congress and their unity?
Well, very true. You see, just 5 months of the Congress coming into the power here in the Karnataka after winning assembly elections. You see, these are the talks that we've been hearing from day one, right after the cabinet berth as well of the ministers. So since then till date, there has been a continuous discussion, various ministers coming out and openly telling this in front of the media that they deserve a chance because most of the leaders say that they are very senior and they have always been very loyal to the party as well. So the party should consider them for such positions as well. But meanwhile, we also on the other hand see how Shivashankar Shamnur as well, a Lingayat, a leader there again, a senior Congress leader as well, who says that the Lingayats are not quite happy in this party right now because most of them haven't been given a cabinet berth as well, and there's no deputy CM or a CM's face as Lingayat as well. So it was last during the Veera, in fact in 90s, that's when we got to see Lingayat face as the Chief Minister of the Karnataka. Since then till date, there has never been on that the party has decided on the Lingayat CM as well. On the other hand, many of them coming out and saying that when they are very loyal to the party, why isn't the party considering them? But meanwhile, other leaders are also very confident, saying that after 2.5 years, that there are chances of them getting this post, because that's how the party high command has been now trying to control these MLAs from coming out and speaking about it very openly as well. But yes, of course, we do know how the Deputy Chief Minister of the Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar, somewhere understanding that how it would actually damage the party ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. That's the reason he coming out and warning openly the party colleagues, saying that not to speak in front of the media because the party high command will decide on those lines as well. So none should speak about it, but needs to be seen how will that party see to it that no leaders come out to speak like this in the open forum.
Right, Ritu, as you just mentioned, the factor of 2.5 years, in fact, we want to understand from you, is the question is still that that D.K. Shivakumar is going to be the CM after 2.5 years and hence these promises. Okay, Ritu, we'll request to please hold on because we have BJP's Ashok Gowda joining us on the broadcast as well. Ashokji, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. How do you look at this infighting now happening within Congress as far as the caste is actually concerned, because their own ministers are not very happy by being selected on the basis of caste and not seniority?
Apparently, the ministers are also not telling the fact. They have been shortlisted as ministers or they have been made ministers as per the groups. One group which belongs to Sidramaya, one more group which belongs to DK Shivkumar, one more group belonging to Mallikarjun Kharge, and one more group directly coming from the first family, that is Gandhi family. So there are four groups within Congress which are actually saying that we belong to this group, and that is why DK Shivkumar, the Ashok Pattan Shetty is trying to target DK Shivkumar, and MB Patil is trying to target DK Shivkumar, and DK Shivkumar, Lakshmi Abalkar is trying to target Sidramaya. So there are different groups. Ashok Pattan Shetty, instead of saying groups, they are saying caste, just to be diplomatic in front of the media. In reality, it is the leaders, gangs which are fighting against each other.
Right, Ashokji, I also want to understand from you, how do you look at DK Shivkumar telling the party members not to talk about the party in front of the press, as well as this particular MLA that we are talking about, Mr. Pattan? He actually said that he was promised a seat by Surjewala, ministerial berth exactly. How do you look at that?
When Patil is saying that he was promised, that means that there was already commitment which has happened. Probably the commitment which Congress is known for, financial commitment. They take money. Surjewala or other general secretaries are already known for taking money and not giving and not doing the work. That means that here in this case the minister is not made as a minister, and DK Shivkumar, even though he can say 101 things, not to go to press, but people are so frustrated with the attitude of Sidramaya, DK Shivkumar and other ministers, including Priyanka Kharge, that people will definitely speak and the truth will come out. And one or the other day, how much a human being will hold the lies? Or they will wait for the justice to be done to themselves. And there is no money for the development. Every day there is one or the other problems. In fact, people of Karnataka are suffering today because of the load shedding and the false load shedding which has been created by the Congress party only to make money in terms of purchasing the power from the other states and taking commission, will definitely make people of Karnataka to realize that what mistake they did in last May.
All right, Ashokji, thank you so much for talking to CNN News 18 and putting your perspective across. Going back to our correspondent Ritu, who continues to stay with us on the broadcast. Ritu, I was asking you that the question still persists whether after 2.5 years DK Shivakumar is going to come back to power, as what we are learning is that actually Mr. Surjewala promised a ministerial berth to this particular MLA that we are talking about.
Well, you see, it's just not this MLA, but remember, many MLAs have similarly come out to speak about this very openly, saying that the party high command will be deciding on the new faces after 2.5 years, is what they are saying. And that's the reason why BJP senses that there has already been a discussion as well, because we did see right after the victory of the Congress here in the Karnataka, the kind of infighting that we got to see between DK Shivkumar's camp and the Siddaramaya's camp as well. So that makes it very clear, because it was not easy for the High Command to decide on the CM's face as well, because both of them were at the loggerheads for that particular position as well. So there was a lot of negotiation that underwent as well. Now that's the reason most of these Congress leaders are sensing that there has already been a discussion, and there after 2.5 years that they will be getting to see this sort of a change, and that's the reason most of them are now waiting that they will be given that opportunity to become the minister as well. But as said, you see, whenever there has been such talks, either the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah seems to be ignoring most of such questions. Well, Deputy CM DK Shivkumar, because he's also since the KPCC in charge as well, and as in the president, in fact. So that's the reason he seems to be giving an open warning to the leaders to not speak about it openly, but also mainly remember last time just that we did see how the minister Muniappa also coming out and asking most of the Congress senior leaders who have got to enjoy that ministerial post most of the time should actually make way for the new faces. So that's the kind of request he is also making, Ed. But all that said, you see a lot of discussion regarding the change going on. I think it needs to be seen as well with that time that whether there will really be changes as well post the Lok Sabha elections here in the Karnataka.
Right, Ritu. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates.